Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is MegaShadowFist, and welcome back to Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Now, when we last left off, we were in a bit of a pickle. We needed to present evidence to show that Acro knew where the ringmaster was, where Russellberry was. Now, I thought about it a bit. Some of you guys have left suggestions, including the pepper. Someone suggested the pepper. I'm not going to do that just yet. At first, what I'm going to try to do is the box, maybe, per se, and then if that fails, then I'll just do the pepper. It is what it is. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and hit continue. And from save point, let's see, where did we last left off? Okay, where did we last left off? Great English there, Mega. I have a strong upper body for working as an acrobat. Only my legs were injured. No, that wasn't it. However, lifting the bus and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to do the wooden box. Oh, that worked. Interesting. Okay, well, sure. Acro. You didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. You're silly hinting at things. It's pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over. The same. The question is, who placed a wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means... Oh, they didn't, huh? Okay. Which means that this wooden box is already placed at the scene crime. Okay. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up the wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean... If the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. Really? Order! This is unbelievable! Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go up from here. Forward. So the next question I have is, who placed the wooden box at the scene? We should probably say first, shouldn't we, ladies and gentlemen? Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna mess that up, huh? Okay, continue. From save point. So the next question I have is, who placed the wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense, though. Okay, Mr. Phoenix Wright! Ow! The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. The size of the box? How about the contents of the box? Maybe? Sure. Do you recall what was inside the wooden box? There was only a small bottle of pepper, wasn't there? Get on with it! Well, okay. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? I don't see any relationship between the location of his head and the box's contents. I think I might have outthought myself. No, Nick! You didn't think enough! Mr. Wright, do you still maintain the box had some sort of special feature? Indeed! It had the most peculiar feature. The size of the box? Let's go with the weight of the box. The box has a remarkable weight. Weight? According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. Okay, thank you for passing by, random frickin' car. You're so amazing. Okay, whatever. One would have to squat down then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool! He's still just as calm and collected as normal. Okay, he's probably thought of this as well. Does she even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. I don't know, I can't read today. Did you drop it? Did you drop the bus onto the ringmaster? What are you talking about? Even if I had wanted to do such a thing, I couldn't. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of this bust? I mean, sure, of course you did, right? Saving time? You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Anyway. Yeah, I remember. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. Ah, that means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. Oh, okay. However, how would I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room? Money the Monkey, perhaps. Money the Monkey! I mean, Money... They said that Money the Monkey was strong enough to lift up the bus, so... You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that! Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice! Ugh! Technically, Money the Monkey is just case evidence. He's not a profile, therefore... Maybe he won't technically count as an accomplice, I don't know. Tell us exactly how the fitness would have carried the bus for the cafeteria! Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all. Alright, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room? Money the Monkey! Monkey? Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size. For instance, he stole the ventriloquist ring. So? Are you saying the witness had the monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home. Oh, now you're getting serious, Mr. Acrobat. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room? But the bus was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometime and read the court record. My, those are some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Claw! Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Why do I get the feeling that Acro kind of wants to be caught a little? I don't know why. Order! Order! I said order! Miss Von Karma! Where is the bus in question at this moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. This is strange. This is a strange turn of events. If that monkey did not steal the bust, then what happens to this case? Well, in that event, something else must have been used as the murder weapon. Well, or maybe this bus was the murder weapon, but it was used by accident. That's interesting. That's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyway, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was a murderer. Moron! Yes? Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow! Don't seem so flamboozled. Flamboozled, okay. Especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright! And what is that? You should know! You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was part of the scene of the crime! Ah! There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony! That's true! How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? By saving, of course. Duh. I think that's like the third time we saved in this episode. I mean, I kind of have to. We're pretty much only given one chance for anything right now, and they don't give you the chance to save while you're presenting evidence. So that's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The clown saw the murder. Who was it then? Well, it couldn't have been Regina, I don't think. It couldn't have been Russell Berry. It couldn't have been Mo. Who was it? Are you sure it wasn't? Cause like my idea was that he used the bust. He had tied the bust to like a rope or something, maybe. I don't know. And then that's how you could see Max Galactica fly into the air, right? So, sure, let's present. He saw Max's Ow! I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene. That has nothing to do with the question. Au contraire, mon frère. Okay, it does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. Oh, yeah. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw just happened to be wearing a cloak. There's no reason you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. Or a cloak like that could easily get snagged on the bust if they came into contact. Idiot! Who in their right mind would put the cloak on the bust? It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance to this case, don't you agree? Duh, he caught me. So let's have it, Mr. Wright. We're gonna say first. Well, it could have. I want to say it had to have been Acro. I mean, who else? But you know, this game. So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? Who else? Other than Acrobat? Or actually, it's not. He's not really Acrobat. He's Acro, and his brother is bad, but still Acro. Present. I wonder, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Okay, I'm gonna get a penalty for this. Didn't the defendant wear his cloak the entire time he was at practice? Oh my. Yes! That's true, but what about. Oh. Now that is a plot twist if that is true. So then, how did this person get a hold of the cloak? Well. Furthermore, how would this person have gotten the cloak onto the bust, I wonder? Because the person was not spotted at the scene. I'm sorry. Alright, that's enough. Yeah, we're gonna get a guilty verdict. Okay, so yeah, but he did wear his cloak at the he did wear his cloak to the office, right? So perhaps it might have been Russell Berry? Like if that's true, then that is one crazy plot twist. That is one crazy plot twist, I must admit. Or it could have been Money the Monkey, but that wouldn't... Sure. Let's have it. Who put the cloak on the bust? Okay, first we're gonna go with Russell Berry. I mean, it sounds like a stretch, but he was in the office. Present. Fool! Him? You are saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry? That's what I'm saying. I mean, the victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself! Nick, do you really have a handle on all of this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I could paint. There's only one picture I could paint anyway. Alright. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Okay, so that's what we were supposed to do. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box into the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But, just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than the ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the buzz hit the victim. Ow! I mean, that's enough to kill somebody, so of course it's going to hurt. Okay. Interesting. Wow, now that is one interesting murder scene we got here. You wait a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright! As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true, it can't be! It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. That is... okay. With the shock of the impact, it threw up the cloak and it got snagged onto the bust. That's when the sound was heard by a witness and he took a look out of his window. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. When Mo looked out of his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. Oh, I don't know why I did that. And that is how the magical murder, or disappearing to the sky, came to be. Oh, everyone's silent because they know that we are the master. Now you know how the murder actually took place. And now you know who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the scene. Acro, it could have only been you. Oh, come on! Can't you show at least some emotion? Acro will be like, yeah, he's just like, ugh. We still have a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen, I think. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. Literally. So? What now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true?